Greetings everyone. Welcome to a special mod spotlight. Today I'm going to be demonstrating Mystcraft. And I'm going to be demonstrating the new version of Mystcraft, 0.10. And I have a brand new world which I'm going to show you around. Now the first thing is the question, what is Mystcraft? Well, Mystcraft is a mod that lets you explore new worlds that are not quite the same as the overworld. So in the overworld, you have deserts, snow biomes, big snow biomes that have this tendency to go on and on forever, or so it would seem. Fairly good sized desert over here. Oceans that go on and on. Mystcraft, the worlds behave a little differently. With Mystcraft, you have the ability to make worlds that can look like the Nether, that can be flat worlds of various terrains, or strange biome combinations that you choose. Alright, so how do you get started with Mystcraft? Well, the first thing to realize is that Mystcraft is a beta mod. The current version is 0.10. It is not a finished mod. Here we are, got a nice little hut set up. Did not put a roof on it, but I'm not expecting anything to come at us. The most fundamental thing that you can make in Mystcraft, without any question, the most important thing that you can make is something called a linking book. A linking book lets you get home. A linking book lets you get home. I cannot stress this enough. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make 3 return linking books. Each of these, when used, will bring me back to the very same spot that I'm at when I make it. So they're going to bring me back right here, facing that crafting bench. Make linking books. Do not go traveling without a linking book. You cannot return home without cheating, without it. There's a couple of recipes for traveling around in the worlds. One simple recipe is a book stand. This is just wood planks and some sticks to hold the book in place. I'm going to get a few of those. Another recipe that you may wish to use is called a lectern. Lecterns are 6 pieces of wood and a stick to hold the book in place. You get 2 of them for that. Lecterns are a little more expensive, but they have 2 benefits. The first is the visual when you put them on top of a block. This is what a lectern looks like. You'll note that it sits on top of a block and sits on top of it quite nicely. The second, a lectern can hold a book, a symbol page, or a map. A book stand can only hold a book. Alright, so the first thing to note is, as I said, this is still a beta mod. So there's a cheat command that you may wish to use, Mystcreate. It takes a dimension number. -1 is the Nether, 0 is the overworld, 1 is the end. So I'm just going to give it a number -2, and that will create a dimension. I can ask for the age book for -2, and I get it. Now if you try to use it, there's no information. This is black. I'm not pressing. This is black, which tells you that it has not been used yet. I can't turn to pages. In fact, there's only 1 page in it, and it's just this page. There's not much that you can do with it, except go through. Now, when I go through here, I will be teleported to a completely random, unknown world. The only thing that I know is that it will be stable and not falling apart on me. It may be very, very dangerous in any other way. So the first thing I want to do is make sure that I have some things in my hotbar. I have a linking book in my hotbar so that if there's any type of emergency, I can simply activate it to get home. I'm going to put down book stands and chests and put these other linking books in safe spots. Alright, so we're about to go through. Alright, and this looks like an interesting place. So the first thing is set that up. Second thing is I'm going to put a chest down, and inside that chest I'm going to put a linking book and book stands. And since I seem to be on a nice high platform, I'm going to try to light it up to prevent anything from surprising me. So the first thing that we see is that this world appears to be extreme hills, oceans. We see chickens running around over there. Oh, hello. That's not ocean. This is an end island. The end island is modeled after the end world, the end terrain, but you will note it does not generate with endstone. There are ways to make it generate with endstone or with other things. What you see over there in the distance, I think I saw a second one, those are libraries. They will contain don't fall down. Be very, very careful. Libraries will contain blank pages, or rather I should say symbol pages, so you can learn to write an age that is customized the way you want it instead of being random. Now over in the distance we see some creatures, including a creeper, several creepers. Alright, so the purpose of this was simply to look around. Having done so, let's head home. So to use a linking book, you activate the stand and press on what it looks like that blue bar. And this brings us back. Alright. So that is the first thing to note. You can use these linking books to take you to new worlds, and they will be random, and they will be stable. Nothing will be happening and falling apart on you, but you will have to deal with monsters. Alright, so the next thing is, how do you make worlds that are not random? And I will show you that right now. So there's a couple of things that you go through in very large quantities in Mystcraft. The first is leather. Each book is going to require one. You're going to need a minimum of 2 and 4 for safety books for each world you go to. You will probably want more just for the running around features that Mystcraft provides. So you're going to go through a lot of leather. Number 2, you're going to go through lots and lots of sugarcane. Expect that each world you write will contain somewhere on the order of 30 to 70 pieces of paper. You heard me right. 30 to 70. You can get by with as little as 8 to 10 if you don't care about a lot of details. But if you want to be artistic and make it look good, you're going to need a lot of paper. So wheat 2 wheat will breed 1 cattle, which will get you 1 book. Lots and lots of paper. Adult, 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 adult. Six beef and 1 leather from 2 cows. Well, geez, I'm not going to wait around for them to grow up right now. They spawn babies. So the first recipe to learn is called a notebook. A notebook is 3 pieces of leather in a V shape. And that will get you an empty notebook. The next thing to learn, we have 2 desk type blocks. The first is called a book binder. Book binders are used to assemble books. A book binder consumes leather, and you will put pages in here and take out descriptive books. Now the second thing that we need, oh that's right, the second thing we need is a writing desk. And for a writing desk there's a couple things that you need. One is ink, so you have to go and get a squids, and the second is a feather. Over here we've got a little river, and this river will have our squids. The next thing we will need is glass bottles. And this just might be a little more than I need. New to this version, is the need for water bottles to make ink. They don't stack. Oh joy! Alright. So water and ink will give you an ink vial. And you will note the ink vials are nice enough to stack. And finally, 1 feather. Feather. Thank you. So that last chicken gave us 2 feathers. Lovely. So the last thing that you will need, I shouldn't say the last thing, the next thing that you need is a writing desk. And for a writing desk, you need an empty glass bottle. You will put ink into it afterwards, a feather, and some wood base. The writing desk is a double block, just like beds. It places just like a bed does. You stick a bunch of ink vials into it. You put paper in this upper slot, and your lower slot is your output slot. Next, let's look at getting symbols and a quick introduction to writing ages. The sky color in Minecraft can change very quickly with just a step. A spider reminded me that I needed to put a roof over my head, so I did. Make sure that you understood a couple of recipes that I was trying to show earlier. Here are the recipes for the lectern, 6 wood and a stick, and for the book stand, 1 wood, 2 sticks. The book stand can only hold books. The lecterns can hold symbol pages and maps as well. the bookbinder, wood and iron, the writing desk, wood, feather, glass bottle, just to make sure you realize how that's used. And this is the ink vial. Water bottle, not glass bottle. Lecterns, in addition to being placed and looking nice on a block, look nice against a wall. Ordinary book stands look a little strange against the wall, but they still work. This descriptive book was created with the mystcreate command, and it created a stable world. There is something that I want to explain about random ages that I probably did not do a good job of explaining before. So note, it is 6:45 in the afternoon. The sun is starting to set, and in the overworld, it sets to the west. When we go off into a new world, now the first thing to note is that the time here is 11:58 a.m., noon. Each world has a different sense of now. Look at all these creatures. There's a reason I'm in creative mode, by the way. These look like a lot of creatures. Keep in mind that there are no caves. So these worlds have something like 79 random enemies, and they're all here. So people who want a combat challenge, here's an option for you. Make yourself an end world and go and take a look at it. If we set the time to 0, note that we have daylight, monsters are dying. Now we can truly see the sunset effect. That is where the sun is setting. Note, it does not set due west. It does not set due south. It sets off at an angle. And it is setting as the time approaches morning. Mystcraft version 10, the sun, the moon, the suns, plural, the moons, plural, and the stars, plural, can all have different directions, phases, and lengths. The old rule of 10 minutes for daylight, 10 minutes for nighttime, does not have to apply. Writing worlds is going to require something called symbol pages. The writing desk is all about making copies of symbol pages. This structure is called a library. Every Mystcraft age will have them. Note that this room is dark on the inside. There's some cobwebs for decoration. Lots and lots of books. 5 lecterns, 2 pages. You will get some pages by exploring around and finding these libraries. Is that the one we just came from? No, this is a different one. This one has 3. I would have expected to see 3 or 4 in this range. So here's the third one. This one has 3. All right, so you've got a source of symbol pages. You can explore around and find them. So libraries will generally have a couple of pages for you to see and take. Lots and lots of books. Why so many books? Why so few pages? I don't suppose there's something hidden in there that you're not supposed to find, do you? I mean, it's not like anybody could write ages in Myst. It's not like they were restricted to only certain people and unauthorized writing was punishable, you know. It's not like they would need to hide anything, would they? And note I may have been in creative mode, but I still brought a linking book. A linking book. Stress, stress, stress. So how do you make worlds? We demonstrated the Mystcreate command for this one. We're going to demonstrate the bookbinder for this next one. So the first thing that you want with the bookbinder, of course, is paper. The bookbinder has already been stocked with leather. I'm going to put one page in it. I'm just going to call it Random World. Now I don't actually need to bring along excess notebooks for what I'm about to do. So we'll put notebooks in here. So I'm going to stress, remember to make linking books before you go off. I have 2 book stands. I have a linking book in the hotbar. I'm going to put that random world here. And if we look at it, again, I'm not touching the black spot. You'll note down here it says 1 of 2. This page shows blank. This page shows the viewing panel. Clicking in this corner will flip through to the next page. Clicking here will flip back. Now we could actually take this book, put it into the writing desk, and if we had any symbols, we could write them in here. It's got 1 blank page, so we could actually write something into the book if we wanted to. Random worlds created in this manner will be unstable, and you'll have a chance to see what instability actually does in just a second as I go through. And it is some type of snowy biome. Whoa! The lack of game audio and the need to redub a lot of this into studio is most visible now. You will notice that there will be a pile of gravel that is going to appear and get bigger. What you are not hearing is the explosions that are happening around me. This world, on my first visit right now, you will notice that I am suffering from a potion effect, and there are a lot of explosions happening. The potion effects, the only potions effects that you can suffer deep underground are blindness and mining fatigue. Since I can see things, that means I am suffering from mining fatigue. This is a cave world. The inside looks like the nether. It is bright. Even though I have plenty of areas that should be dark, I can still visually see. Yeah. Alright, so let's get out of here. So that's a sample of a random world. So this world has random explosions. Notice, for example, on this second visit, there are no explosions. I am no longer suffering from a potion effect. Got a lake to go exploring in. The bug that caused instabilities to change between the first and second visit was fixed in 10.1. You will no longer see this changing instability effect. The red rock is one of the EBXL biomes. Note that you can have lava flowing, you can have reeds growing, you can have creepers having a party on the beach. Those libraries that you saw will be found up on the surface. So if you were to take a pickaxe and mine your way up to the roof, you would find them. And there's a bowman shooting at me, skeleton. So I think my quick little trip is probably worn out its welcome. Cave worlds, because of their sea at y equals 32 make it very convenient to get down low very quickly. You can simply jump down and land in the water. Next, the question is, how do you actually go about finding symbols? I mentioned that there are libraries. Every age will have them. They will be on the surface, exposed to the sky. So in the cave world, you go up to the sky. You can also find symbols in some loot chests, desert temples, jungle temples, dungeons, and strongholds. Another place that you can find them, there is a villager that you can find. The villager is called an archivist, and the villager archivist lives in places that look like this. Oh, so as I said, the archivist, you don't look like the archivist. You are not. Alright, so this is the archivist's house. 2 symbol pages, 2 lecterns with potential symbol places, plenty of bookcases, a writing desk, and it would appear that this village has been the unfortunate recipient of some zombie attacks because everybody else is dead. So I will have to go to a different village to show you trading with the archivists. Here we are in another village, another archivist. Not sure where the archivist is at the moment, but he's got a couple of pages on display. This one is setting. This one is hell biome. The hell biome will spawn things like zombie pigmen, ghasts. Setting is a modifier. It's used to indicate whether a sun or moon is rising or setting when the time is 0. So for example, a moon would be written as east setting, not because it sets in the east, but because the position it rises from is east and its starting position is setting. Now here is the archivist. Here he is selling for 1 emerald Starfisher. Let's do some trading. Starfisher is kind of important. If you are stuck on a world with no way out because you did not bring a linking book, Starfisher is how you get home. You write a world with Starfisher in it, and you can go home. And I'll show you that. Next thing he's selling is for 3 emeralds, a tundra biome. So this is one way to get symbols. Heading back home. So what is a Starfisher? Well, let's say we were to come over here and we were to write a book, and I could write directly into here with a Starfisher and a tundra biome, and this will give me a world that has some sort of unpleasantness. This is not the normal recommended way to write a descriptive book, by the way. This is strictly for show. And it probably would help if we gave it a name. Note that in addition to the shift click, or I should say the sneak click method of getting a book in and out of the bookshelf, click to place, sneak click to remove, click to place, sneak click to remove, click to place, remove, place, remove, place. And this world has a Starfisher and a tundra biome. These 2 symbols are the biome symbol. This one is the same for Starfisher, but this one is different. And again, these words are all described on the wiki, and I will continue to stress this every chance I get. Book stands, linking books home, and we go through. All right. Now, somewhere around this place where we started will be a Starfisher. You still have to find it. We know only that it will be somewhere near spawn. The sun appears to be rising. We're not going to have too much to worry about from creatures and jump in it. Now note that this world has chickens, so you could make feathers. Oh, mining fatigue. I have my own personal reasons for wanting to kill off chickens. But you've got wood, chickens, reeds. So all in all, this isn't a fatally stuck world if worst were to come to worst. It won't. Well prepared. But now it's a matter of finding the Starfisher. As I mentioned, the one and only thing that we know is that it will be somewhere near the spawn point. But near, of course, can still be... Hello, this looks like it. So the Starfisher. It's kind of hard to see because the water is flowing into it. It looks like a chasm that goes straight down to the void. Falling down into the Starfisher will lead you back to the main world, the overworld. So this is air, this is water, this is air, and we're through. And we return to the spawn point for this world. The rules of the game. Number 1, always bring linking books. Number 2, you need to find symbols. You can find them from village archivists, from libraries. You can find them in some loot chests from dungeons, strongholds, and temples. So now the next thing, now that we have shown you a random world created stably with Mystcraft, a random world created with a blank paper and no other information, and a world created with a couple of symbols written, including a Starfisher, which is your emergency way out, and stressing the importance of linking books to get home, as well as trading with an archivist and finding symbols in the libraries. The next thing to look at is the details of writing ages. And we're going to demonstrate this by writing a near clone of the overworld.